Okay, this is going to be part 2 of do-it-yourself HPA fittings. I've been doing a little research and I laid them out here. I'm going to try to zoom in on that. Of course, it's in the wrong spot, but I'll move them forward so that we can see them a little bit better. And of course, they're to one side. Alright, let's see if we got them there. Okay, and I'll use a screwdriver to point them out. What we got here is, here's my original on this side right here, on what would be my left, your right, looking at the video. It has the Foster fitting, the 1/8 NPT to 10/32 adapter, and then it has the 10/32 nipple. What I went and did was I found an adapter. This is a female Foster. This is the male version. This is a female Foster, and I put an 1/8 inch to 10/32 adapter in here in the back, and the nub, of course. I'm going to turn this one around so you can see it compared to this one. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn all of these around so you can see them. Now this, compared to this, is just slightly shorter. You can't really tell the difference. And I test fitted both of these. This is my original design. This fits fine. This fits in there. This is the newest one that I'm done. This is still a male Foster, but it is a 1/8 NPT with a 10/32 end on it. Okay, already I don't have to put a nub on it. This is much shorter than all three of them. It's descending in size. This is the longest. This one is the shortest. Now I put all three in the gun, and of course the first two fit like a champ. This third one fits, but I want to test for seal and how it works. This is my angled one that I did. It's in, I think I had that in the original video. It's a big block. It has it's a 90 1/8 NPT on both sides, female. This is a 1/8 to 10/32 adapter, and here's a 10/32 nub. On this side is the 1/8 Foster, NPT Foster adapter. This does fit in the gun, and like I said, it has a nice flat surface. If you want to put the mag down on a surface, it doesn't move around. My new test is this new fitting that I found. This is a female. Well, not this part. This is this is a female Foster 1/8 NPT. This is a 1/8 NPT with a 90-degree 10/32 hole and a 10/32 nipple in it. So it puts a real small profile compared to, it's the same length this way, long ways, but the distance here puts this right up against the mag. It's really tight. Now I'm going to be showing these in each one of the mags, and we're going to do a fill test, plug in the HPA and see what kind of leaks we get and things like that, if at all. And I have the mag sitting here ready to go with the valve out of it already. And just a reminder for two questions that I did get asked. Yes, this is for a Wii or this KJW mag because it's got the coarser threads. If you look at this as an example, see if we can focus on it. That is a coarse thread. Okay, and when you look at these nipples that I got here, focus in, that is a coarse thread. Okay, so that is only for those particular style mags. The KWA and the TM style mags have a real fine thread, and I have not found a nipple, 10/32 nipple, that converts down to that finer machine thread. I will still keep looking because maybe somebody would want to convert a mag over to that. Okay, we're going to zoom out and we're going to be testing each one of these in the mag. Okay, I'm going to start off with the default one. Screws in there. as you can see. Now I'm just going to finger tighten these. That's how far it sticks out of the mag. I'll give you a quick up close look on that. That's how far that sticks out of the mag. Now if someone says, oh, that's too far sticking out, yeah, okay, that's up to you if you think it's too far sticking out there. Now, because I don't want to go crazy tightening these in, I'm just going to use a pair of channel locks. There, that's all I turned it. Now we're going to turn on the air, and right now it is set at about 110 psi. Plug it in. No leaks. Works like a champ. No leaks. Works like a champ. I gotta pull the video out a little bit here. No leaks. Works like a champ. Okay? Alright. So now, take this one out. Oh, see that? I don't have the one fitting tight in here. But with the shoulder on here, I'm able to still get this out. I gotta make sure I tighten these up good. I'll do that off camera. Now, this is the new one I have with the female Foster and the male 8th with the 10/32. It makes it a little bit shorter. Here, I'll put these in my hand, and just so you can see the difference here, we'll zoom that in. Alright, that's just, you can see it's just a little bit shorter. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the gun, or yeah, in the gun, in the mag. A little bit of a turn. Not much, as you can see, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. And we're going to see how it works. No leaks, solid as a rock here. And as you can see, I'll zoom in again. My battery's dying in my clicker, I guess. It does stick out a little bit, but it still is a little shorter than the previous one. Okay, same thing. Now, what these are doing is this little nipple is not coming out. That's because I don't have them tight. And that's my own fault for not like horsing them down, but I figured if I was taking them apart, I don't want to have it come apart. Like, now this one, we're going to put this on my hand. This compared to the original one. I'm going to zoom in again. Alright, and you can see they are flush with each other on this end, how much shorter this one is. Now this is a solid brass to the solid 10/32. This is the only one I have a concern about because it does fit in the mag, but the shoulder on this brass hits here. And I don't think it goes in deep enough. So let's give that a tighten and get my airline, hook it up, and like I thought, it's not going in deep enough and the mag is leaking. Now let's give it a little bit more tighten. And it's still leaking. Alright, so I'm going to count that as a fail. This is really short, but I think the problem is there's not enough, and I'll zoom in on that again too. There's not enough shoulder here to go down deep into the well of the magazine compared to this, where it's got, this is actually as long, but this skinny little nub here on this side goes down into the well of the where the fitting would be. Because if you see this fitting, how wide it is on the top. That's as wide as this. So this can go down inside the mag fitting well compared to this. So I might see if they have a longer nipple here on this so it goes down in deeper, or try to figure something else out with this. But this one we're going to count as a fail. That did not work as the 3 straight ones. Okay, my wrong way, this way. The three we're testing, the original of course works like champ. The new design, which is a little bit shorter, still works, but the solid end on the Foster was a fail. It leaks. It's just a little bit of a leak, and you probably could put some like gasket material in there, like the Permatex blue. You could probably put, instead of this rubber washer, put the Permatex blue in there, tighten that up. It would probably be like a, you know, solid as a rock. But for a quick disconnect, no, it's not going to do the job. So that's the straight ones. Okay, now we're going to start off with the angled ones. And this is the original one I have with the big block on the end here that I was saying. This is the same thing. It's got this nipple that'll go down in there inside the mag well. The big thing that I'm running into, which I got to figure out, is when you tighten this one, it goes past where I want to stop. So let's just hook up to air, see if it's leaking in that mode. No, it is not leaking. But the problem is it's going past where I want it to stop. Right there would be tight, and if you look, it's not straight on with the mag, which if you think about it, it's in the gun like this, or I'll put it this way, it's in the gun straight on. The hose is off to the right a little bit. Not really a problem, but it should be here, which is not exactly tight. So a little blue seal on that might do the, you know, some Permatex blue might do the job. Put a little on there, get it to the position that you want. It stands, the mag, and the reason for this, I was saying about if you put the mag down on the ground, you're not digging a fitting like this into the ground with the hose on it. This would lay here and the hose would come out on the side, no problem. So this one works, it doesn't leak. It's just the distance where it is. I don't know, maybe where I start it, I would have to see how that works. Let's start it here on this side. Just see if we can get it to... Now, no matter what you're doing, it's going past where I want it to stop. But it does not leak, so that's a good thing. You just have to maybe put a little Permatex blue on it, be good. Now this is the new shorter one. And like the other one, the fitting goes way in there. And what I like about it is, even though it goes past where you got to stop, this is tough to see unless we zoom in here. Look how close that fitting is to the mag. Alright, same thing if you put this down on the ground, it's going to be like straight on. You're not going to be digging it in the ground. The only problem is it does go past where you want it to stop. And it's actually pointing out the front of the mag, which is no good. Now I guess you could take it back there, but it's really loose, which means, oh, it's out of camera. You could take it back to a specific spot. Like there's the back of the mag right there, but it is loose. It's not even holding. And I know if I put air in this, it's just going to leak out. So we'll do that just so we can hear that on camera. Yeah, you can hear that. But all you got to do is turn it that little bit. Doesn't leak. Okay, no air leak. So you probably could try to keep turning it, but I think it'll strip out the hole. Like right there is just finger tight, and it's not leaking out of the mag. Alright, but it's facing the wrong way, which is a pain in the butt, but you know. So it's a positive result. It's just that if you want to have it so it's straight in the back like that, you might be putting some Permatex blue on there to keep that from because that is really loose. Or you can try to, nope, it won't do it. It wants to go, if you want the hose to come out of the front of your gun, that would be good, because the hose would be going this way and your hose is actually coming this way. It would go around, which is a pain in the butt. So this works. It's just that where I got to put it is not advantageous to like how it's going to work. Now what we could do is, it has these rubber washers on it, and CO2 Reg was kind enough to send me a couple of more of them. But what I could do, oh, maybe he sent me more. Let's see. Yeah, he did. What I could do is probably maybe put a bigger size washer on, or a rubber O-ring on this, and see if that would hold it out a ways. Here's what we got here. As you can see, this is the front of the mag, and it is sticking out the back. I put in a bigger O-ring that I had from a metric set that I got from Harbor Freight, which is hilarious, and it's tight. It's straight out the back. It's really low profile. I'm going to zoom in on that so you guys can see that. Well, I think I'm going to zoom in there. There. See how low profile that is? I really like that. And just so you can see, 110 PSI, which is basically what we're going to have for most of it. Solid as a rock, no air leak. So that's a double rubber grommet. And this is only finger tight. So if you look, there. I'm actually taking that right out. Now there is the O-ring that I put on, and I'm going to zoom on that. It's monstrous. But it makes a hell of a good seal. Now what I want to do, let me go back here. Yeah, my battery is getting low in my clicker. I am going to try an O-ring that size on this one just to see how it works out. Okay, just so you see, I put the other O-ring on there and the mag is holding. And it has the sticking out the back. This is the front of the mag, this side, this is sticking out the back towards you. The bottom line is that you can put the original fitting back in. Let's say you're, oh, I'm off camera. Let's say you're getting rid of this mag and you're selling the gun and you don't want to get rid of your HPA fittings. Helps if I can see what I'm doing. Okay, well, that's in there. And let's see. And it's leaking like a sieve. Okay, I just wanted to show you that I didn't have the fitting all the way in. And it is not leaking and holding gas no problem. Alright, so final review on these, so we get an idea what's going on, is the positive results that we had. My original design, the shortened design straight, the original angle design that I had with the big fitting, and this new angled one I have. All these are with the extra rubber grommets on them. So what I might want to try to do is put an extra washer on this one, the shortened one, and see if it works before we call this good. I just wanted to show you. This one here is the straight-on short nipple. I put the extra rubber washer on, or rubber O-ring on there, and I just wanted to show you. Hooking up high-pressure air. Does not leak anymore. Alright, let me pull that back a little bit. Alright, does not leak. Solid as a rock. Pretty good. So that is a positive result with the 3 now. The only problem is 3 out of the 5 I had to put the extra rubber O-ring on. I'll mark down what size that is. I bought the pack, the metric pack at Harbor Freight. I'll find it online and I'll send people the link. The rubber O-rings that are in that set are phenomenal. You can use them for just about anything that you need. Like I know that Top Hat's new spacers for the barrel and require certain O-ring sizes, and I have them in that, and it's relatively inexpensive, and there's got to be a Harbor Freight by you somewhere, so I'm going to put the link in the description. If you can't find it, you can buy it online. So I'm going to take this out and put this fitting back in there, and then I'll fill it up with gas. Okay, I filmed a whole segment and the camera died. I just want to follow up on this. This is the original short one that was leaking. I put a O-ring on here, which according to my metric size is 006 or a P3. So I don't know if that is equatable to anything, but I want to show that at 110 psi, doesn't leak, no air coming out, and it's solid. Plus, it's a really low profile compared to the other ones. So it is shorter by quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out, and these are only just hand tightened most of the time. There's the O-ring that I put on there, and you can, let me zoom in on that so you can see. There's the big ass O-ring that I put on there. It seals up pretty good. Alright, and we're going to put in the gas valve. This has like a little spring on it, this valve, just in case you guys are wondering. I'm going to put this gas valve back in here. And we're going to get some, oh, here it is on the floor. Duh. Here is some propane. We're going to fill this up. No leaks. Valve went right back in. So let's say I had one of these valves in here. I could then say, okay, I'm selling this mag, I want to get rid of it. Guy doesn't want HPA Tapped Mags. There you go. It's back to green gas. You can use it. Won't run into any problems. So, final conclusion here so we can go through all these. We have my original fittings here, which I'll zoom in again. Move them forward up a little bit. We have the original fittings here. This new design, this third new design, straight fitting. All three work. The only gotcha with this is you have to put a little bit bigger O-ring on it. I really don't want to put Permatex on a mag, the blue Permatex stuff, gook it all up, because then you got to clean it all off and everything like that. And you have to wait for it to seal. This way I could just tighten these in and they're good to go. And you did see that the 290s that I made up, the big clunky one, it makes it so you can stand the mag up on something and it's beefy. Maybe that's what you're looking for. With the O-ring, you can get it straight on, straight out the back of the mag, which is what I was looking for. This new lower profile one works like a champ. Also requires the bigger O-ring. So the three gotchas with these new styles are you need a bigger O-ring to seal it a little bit better, but it, you know, just even finger tightening it will make the mag work. Now I'm going to put a link for this, the female fitting, the little nipple, and the 45 or the NPT to 45 10/32 valve as well. The problem that I'm seeing, which I'm trying to find a resolution for, is right now for these original two, I find parts on two sites. For this new little one, I'm now finding parts on three sites. This 45, parts on three sites. This smaller 45, parts on three sites. If you don't mind doing that, it's fine. I'm going to try to talk to the gentleman on Palmer's Pursuit Shop and see if I can find all three of these on there. Now, I know he has this little nub. He's got these big 45s, but he might be able to get this. And the Foster's, for some reason, is a specific type that I'm going to ask him about, because he does have other Foster fittings, but they're shorter. This has a number on it, so does this male version of this. I'm going to see if he can find it all and get it all in one place. Like I said, if you don't mind buying in 3 different spots, you can put together a good pile of fittings. But if you want to get it all in one shot, we're going to have to work at the prices and see where I can find all this stuff. But that's been it for do-it-yourself fittings, for some new straight line fittings and some new 45 degrees. It's been part 2. I hope everybody found this information usable, and maybe it's something that you want to do if you want to make some extra fittings up yourself and do it yourself. If you don't want to do it yourself and you want to buy the Russian CQB valves, go for it. That's not a problem. They're just a little flimsy. Just be prepared if they break off that you blew $15. So far with all of these fittings, I've dropped them, banged them around, did whatever I had to with them, and they're fine. And what I'm noticing is these Foster fittings that Amp sells are like top notch. I mean, they are beefy. Plus the brass. It's a heavy fitting. I don't really see it breaking off unless you slam it against a rock or something. So that's it for me. You guys have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the video.